So you see how much those are like, ooh.
They're finally listening to us is the name of this video. JGOD just dropped a new video. It says huge aim fixes for Warzone, visually idle sway, and more. So if you are new here, if you've never been here before, it's your boy, the myth, the legend, the man with 3,000 hands, aka Ugly Boy 3000. Go ahead and hit that sub button, turn on the post notifications so you never miss a video, and drop a like. It puts us into the algorithm and it gets us one step closer to taking over the world. But without further ado, once again, let's get straight to the video.
Today they updated the visual recoil on weapons. I have some side-by-sides for you so you can kind of see exactly what they changed.
All right, WRL, visual recoil. Who wanted it? Who wanted visual recoil? Like, if you wanted more recoil, let me know down in the comments right now. Like, just let anybody know who wanted more visual recoil. That's all I'm saying.
Some of the things are a little bit more noticeable than others, so we'll kind of go through what they were looking to change. We'll look at the various changes, and we'll go ahead and kind of compare and contrast. Overall, I like the direction that they're going with the visual recoil. I think a lot of people, the gold standard for visual recoil is MW 2019. That game had tons of flaws, but the way it felt when you aimed in a gun, shot the gun, and the way it looked was probably the best. So hopefully they're getting just closer to that. I still think there's little strides they can make towards that.
All right, first things first, before I start talking too much, we know what you're doing, Call of Duty. You're making the game worse just to make the game better because you don't want us to have fun.
But I think they've made huge leaps with this current update. So for whatever reason, Warzone didn't get its own section. You can see right here, weapon, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. It looks like we have taken a comprehensive pass on weapon motion and applied reductions across the board to improve combat experience depending on the weapon class. Our target for these reductions range from 30% up to 75%. Players will notice far more stability while turning, moving, and changing stances, and firing, especially while ADS. This is specifically the crosshair when you strafe. Before it would do like this weird, I'm exaggerating, it would do this weird lean. Now it's pretty fixed. When you still jump, it still moves because that's kind of what happens. The same thing happened in MW 2019. But you're getting far less visual shake when you're actually moving and just strafing in a gunfight, which is normally what you do, even with an optic at range, especially on controller to activate that aim assist. So I think this could be good visually because then your crosshairs are where you're actually aiming, which is one of the biggest problems currently or what recently with the game is that when you move, your crosshairs are doing a dance into the air, and it's like, okay, I hope my bullets are going where they're supposed to. We are committed to continually improving Black Ops 6 gunplay with a focus on balance and rewarding gameplay while maintaining the unique characteristics of each weapon. So I don't think this will be the last time they fix these things. I think there's certain other things that people will be upset about.
Most definitely. We understand that. It's not going to be the last time they fix these.
And then they'll go ahead and continue to improve those things because I think at the end of the day, they just want a game that's fun to play.
Okay, at the end of the day, if they wanted the game that was fun to play, they would have left Verdansk and then just added the new map. See, JGOD, man, you gotta speak the truth to the people. You know what I'm saying? You can't speak half the truth because then you still the enemy. And that's how let's get back to the video.
And just to be able to see where you're at, it just feels smooth, more snappy. Because a lot of that stuff, although it is more realistic, it just
make me CEO. That's what I'm saying.
Sluggish.
I'll make the right moves. I'll make the right decisions.
Weapons, especially full auto.
We might make a little less money at first
on all weapons, especially on higher magnification.
But if you know the game, you know the game.
Higher magnification optics, except
you know how to hustle. You know how to hustle.
Idle sway on all weapons except sniper rifles. Further reduced.
You get the best product and you sell it for less, and then eventually you take over the whole market. See, I'm not gonna get into it real quick. Let's get back to the video.
All weapons except sniper rifles. Reduced weapon motion, bob, translation, and additional idle sway penalties as a result of walking or changing stances. I think this one's the most noticeable. And then removed additional layer of hip fire deviation, which caused crosshair to bounce while firing. And I think this is just more of the hip firing. I don't have pre-footage.
Yeah, so that's what they do need to fix. They need to make the hip firing better on controller. They need to make everything better on controller so you could just make the computer nerds on their mouse way more mad. Just make the game only controller. Take the mouse input out the game. I'll just play.
So we'll go ahead and take a look at that one probably. Aiming idle sway delay is a mechanic that scales weapons idle sway when first entering ADS. And this is to do with that thing where wherever your center dot is, when you aim down sight, your crosshairs are exactly there, or your reticle.
Yeah, they should be, especially with a sniper.
It should be. But previously, there was an update that added an MW2, and then MW3 fixed it, and then This reverted it, and now they're fixing it again. They're getting to the point where basically it does a figure
You get the
eight,
point.
right?
We get the point, JGOD.
Well, with
we get the
ADS
point, Dot.
mechanic, pretty much the dot was right here. Then you aim down sight, and your aim would be over there. Then you aim down sight, your aim would be over there, depending on where it was in that.
That just sounds
pattern.
crazy.
This helps to reduce that or remove it, so that when you aim down sight, your bullets are going, or your crosshairs and your reticle will be aligned with where your crosshairs were. These values are now improved and consistent across all weapon classes. Sniper rifles, which previously only scaled initial idle sway by 50%, now provide a complete reduction. As always, we'll be keeping a close eye on sniper balance after this change. So quick.
Hey, so they're gonna nerf snipers if again just to buff them. Like they're gonna nerf them like mid-season, probably just to buff them at the end of the season to bring people back. We know, bro. We know what you're doing, and look. We got this far in the video, so now I can tell you the truth about Call of Duty. They're selling the cheat to the cheat providers to ruin their older games, and then you know what I'm saying, and then they keep their new games updated. It's a whole thing, man. Don't get lost in the matrix, you know what I'm saying? Play the game. Don't let the game play you.
Scoping should be a little bit easier because when you're aiming down sight, if your centering's good, you should be able to get there. Obviously, that's more of a multiplayer thing because a lot of people aren't quick scoping necessarily in Warzone.
I'm quick scoping.
Idle sway. So now
I don't know about y'all, but your boy, the myth, the legend, the man with 3,000 hands, aka Ugly Boy 3000, aka Sniper Boy 3000. I definitely be quick scoping. I be live every night, you know what I'm saying? Late night, I be live. So if you ever bored or you're falling asleep and you want to see someone snipe and quick scope, I'm your boy, you know what I'm saying?
Default 2.2 seconds on all weapons. And this was particularly noticeable if any of you guys were doing your zombies camos. You'd go do your Deadshot Daiquiri Easter egg where you had to shoot the little cans. If you didn't have idle sway on, your gun is doing this. Well, now you get the 2 seconds, un-ADS, re-ADS, and it'll go ahead and reset.
All right, see, I still like the little moving with the character, you know what I'm saying? Some people say it makes them sick, but they're lame. But yeah, the moving's cool, but when you aim down, when you're aiming, why is your
that
more of the story?
They're
breaking the game just to make it look like they're fixing the game when the game was already good.
So that's a huge one. And then target laser now improves aiming idle sway up to 2.9 seconds on all weapons. So this was the default before, I think, with the target laser 2.2, and now it's up to 2.9. So you get about what, 0.7 seconds there. Then there's some multiplayer changes to weapons. These don't impact Warzone. Warzone will get its own patch notes. They haven't updated
it's multiplayer,
those,
so let's just skip right over
So
it.
here's some of the side by side I recorded with about 5 different weapons, 6 different weapons, so you'll be able to see them for yourself. You can kind of see that the crosshairs, like right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, when this was shooting, it's like going left more. As this one's staying centered. I like that. That's cool. That's cool. Good job. But we already you're just reverting things. You're not fixing things or making improvements on the game. You came out with a good product and then you reverted it to a bad product, and now you're just fixing small things. Man, that's crazy. You
can see that this little ring on the optic is shaking much more. If we look at this, I'm sure we're going to see these for the pattern of multiple weapons.
But it's only because if they left everything the same, if they never fixed anything and they just left it the same, then there would be crybabies crying saying, oh, this and this and this. So they would have to fix something. So that's why they reverted it.
Weapons. This one's doing a little bit more violent shake, significantly reduced. So we'll go ahead and play that out.
I gotta stop listening to the people crying, bruh. You know the game's good. You know the game good if the numbers is up.
Definitely more subtle. There's still a shake, obviously. It's not completely gone, but it is significantly less and a little bit easier to manage. That one doesn't look a little bit more. Yeah, that one you can see it's a little bit more softer shake. Way softer on this one. Look at that. Look at that difference on the was this Krieg? I don't remember what gun I put here. Holy, that one is
we get the gist of the video. Should I cut the video short?
No, this
I don't know. Should I cut the video short? We get the gist of the video. They fixed the aiming.
Okay, not as big a difference on that one. It didn't feel like. Then the
snipers. That's what we're here. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. They start the idle sway.
Yeah.
They're still going to idle sway, but how long it takes. So let's go ahead and go here.
We're here for this one.
See those. So idle sway.
Okay, I see the difference. I see the difference. Y'all see the? Let me know if y'all see the difference in the comments. Do y'all see the difference?
It looks mostly similar. I had the laser on both. Okay, so here's the mobility stuff that I wanted to do side-by-side comparison on. I recorded this before and then I tried to like mirror it. So it's not perfect by any means, but I tried as best I could to kind of mirror it. So you kind of get a little bit of a look of kind of what's going on. They mainly look the same because I think it was when firing how much of the impact is on that. But you can kind of see those are pretty similar. Here's where they get different. So
yeah, when you're strafing. You can
see that the crosshairs turn
when you're aimed in and walking.
On the left one.
That's what they mostly fix
compared to center.
But they need to fix everything else.
It's still happening. In game, it doesn't really feel it. If if you didn't have those crosshairs visible, like the little yellow line that I have there, you wouldn't be able to really tell.
And if you're a true sniper, like this does help on snipers too. If you're a true sniper, when you're aimed in and you're strafing around a corner, or when you go to quick scope and you're walking, that's what that affects too. So that's definitely what that affects. You can see
that the left one is bouncing way more and the right one's not so much. The jump, still about the same on that side. You can see about the crosshairs, about the same.
Where we at?
So,
oh yeah, the video's almost over, man.
Definitely.
You get the gist of the video. More of the story is Call of Duty's trying to scam their fans. They're trying to, they're trying to do a lot of things. I'm surprised they're not involved in this P. Diddy case, if we want to be honest.
So you see how much those are like, ooh. And then that's going to get clipped. And then basically these ones don't even
I'm going
move.
to finish out the video, man, for the real fans.
The part that's
that didn't watch JGOD's video
so
and seen the end of the video.
Of that, and you can see
I'm going to stick it out. It's only like 2 minutes.
That's not going to happen as much. Hopefully
so
they dial in a little bit more of the optic bob, because the reticle doesn't look like it's moving too much in these scenarios. I think the actual visual gun shake is the next thing they probably got to tune a little bit more. I'm glad they keep moving in the right direction. Let me know what your guys' thoughts. You guys notice the difference? Or
yeah, that's the end of the video, man. Let me know your thoughts and we're out of here.
Yo, Crino, this one deep.